Hey guys, welcome back. This is a new project on the bench. We're going to build this Revell kit. It's a 70 Dodge Challenger TA 1/25th scale again. It's my second Revell kit in forever. Looks like a half decent kit out of the box. I've been running through some test fitting and everything seems to look like it's going to go together pretty straightforward. We'll get the box out of the way and we'll talk about some plans for this car. Hang on one sec. And we'll bring in our feature attraction. Alright, you know the story. We're going through mock-up stages and trying to see how all this is going to come together and figure out color combinations and things for it and stance for the car. First we'll run through, I guess, wheels. I've got some wheels out of my stash that I've had for a while, and got them off of eBay, and they are some Blitz Techno speed wheels. I think they're going to look half decent on this car. They come with these really low profile tires, and I'm not a big fan of these. I don't build a whole lot of tuner or import cars. I'm kind of a North American car guy, and that's basically where most of my building is North American stuff. So we're going to ditch these tires. We're going to use the rims out of this set. And I've got some stretchy tires that I've had in my stash forever. These are the wheels. And let's get some more light on this subject. Hang on a sec, guys. There we go. So these are the tires it came with, and these are the tires we're going to run in this. They're a little taller profile, and it just suits the car a whole lot better than the tuner style of stuff. Anyway, so we got some wider ones for the rear. Yeah, we got some narrower ones for the front, like about so. Oh, come on, work with me. Anyway, come on, there you go. Yeah, it's sitting a little bit too low in the back. Let's get you up here. There we go. So these are the plans these are the wheels we're gonna use with this baby. And we're gonna get it low like I like them. And we're just still working on stance, and I did have to do some tubbing in the rear. We'll show you in a sec how I had to modify the rear. Front, we're going to use most of the stock suspension on it. We're going to have to do some modifications to get those front wheels down as low as we want to get them. But anyway, we'll work through that. Let's show you what we've had to do in the rear so far. Everything's falling apart. Elmer's adhesive tack again, holding the scoop on there. And holding my exhaust and my suspension in place. Hang on a second. So what we've had to do so far is we've had to trim off the top edge of the wheel well to get these tires down as low as I want. It doesn't look like I'm going to have to change any of the interior. I still have room for interior, how it's going to sit on here to get the ride height that I want. But that's kind of where we are with this. Motor, we're just going through mock-up and planning. Come on. We got motor, same story how I always start. I glue the block halves together. Oil pan on if it comes with it, not molded in. Intake manifold is just held on there with Elmer's adhesive tack, and the carbs as well. Got my distributor mounted, or at least drilled for where it's going to go. We've got our upper rad hose drilled for the gauge of hose that I use, and the 2 heater hoses in the lower rad hoses holes are drilled as well. Got my crank pulley and my water pump pulley tacked in place with Elmer's adhesive tack again, and got the pulleys lined up. Didn't have to shave a whole lot off the bottom for the crank pulley. Had to bring it in just a hair, but we just took a sanding stick and just sanded that down a little bit to get the alignment for the pulleys. It was easy. It's not hard to get these babies aligned. Same story as my previous video. We're going to move the alternator from the right hand side over to the left hand side on the driver's side, just so I've got room for my lower rad hose and heater hoses coming out of the water pump up to the firewall. And like my previous video, you guys saw how we make alternator brackets, so we'll use that brass rod and get the alternator mounted over on the left hand side. Been running through some color choices for this car. It's probably, I'm leaning towards a Model Masters, what do they call it? It's a Chrysler color, Dodge color. It's a plum crazy. So I'm thinking of that for a top color. And I'm going to do one thing I haven't done ever, is we're going to paint the motor, believe it or not, white. And it's going to go along with the interior. The interior is going to be, probably 90% white. The color combination is going to look really good together. White with a plum crazy color on the outside. And I've never done that, but I'm going to paint the motor white. Block's going to be white, pan's going to be white, heads are white, even the intake manifold is going to be white. How we're going to treat the firewall and the inner fenders, haven't decided. It may be body color. I may just go gloss black, possibly. It might frame the motor off a little bit better and highlight the motor and tie the motor color in with the interior. That's kind of the plan. As that being said, plans change as the build progresses. So when we get towards the end and motor's done, interior's done, and I get an overall idea of how this is all going to look in the end, we'll make that decision when we go to paint the body on what the firewall and the inner fenders are going to be. And we'll make that that decision a little bit further down the road. But that's kind of where we are, guys. I finally got my third kit in from England that I ordered off of, I think it was eBay, or was it Amazon? Can't remember. Anyway, finally got my third kit in that I want to do this build that I mentioned in my last video that I've wanted to do for quite a while. It's kind of exciting. You'll want to stay tuned for that when we start our unveil on and reveal on what the plans are going to be for this this kit. Anyway, I'm not going to give away too much of it, but anyway, stay tuned. So that's kind of the plans with this car, guys. Video's over, we'll get some, we're kind of to the stage where we can start painting things up and getting the motor and chassis and start working on the interior and getting some paint on this thing. But anyway, that's kind of the plans for this car, guys. Yeah, and we'll keep you posted as the build goes. And thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you real soon. See ya.